It was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be
forward.
like a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
My name is Nathan Wallenstein. My stage name is ReCash, rapping name. I'm currently a resident of Pearston. I work at Ubuntu Community Service. My first time started smoking tech. It was simple. I was in an argument with my stepmother. She didn't like the way that I was doing things according to myself. She wanted me to do stuff the way she wanted to do. And that actually triggered me to start smoking tech. So one day we just arguing, and then I moved just outside of the argument, standing in front of the gate, and one of my friends said, well, look here, can you borrow me a lighter, please? And I said, I have a lighter. He said, come, you want to smoke? I said, well, all of this stress is just making me want to. Then just one hit up, that first feeling, I felt excited. I was just like, everything just started opening up. But I didn't realize that I was going to be addicted in this thing. But I smoked and stopped, the smoke stopped. But I realized also that if you start smoking tech once or twice, you can get out of it. You can stay away from it completely. But once you go back, there's no gate going back out of smoking tech. And tech, it destroys your life. Plain and simple. I smoked tech basically on the problems that I had, because I was looking down upon. I was said that, yeah, you wouldn't be anything, you wouldn't make it, you would be a gangster. I started using those type of words and started throwing my life into those things, but luckily those guys said, no man, you don't belong here. You love music, just stick to the music. You're not a gangster, you won't fit here by us. But I forced myself because of the problems that I had at home. Then after this thing happened to me, I came to my grandmother in Pearston. My brothers came along, then I was out of this thick smoking. But I started dating girls, started evolving, just keeping my eyes open for stuff that I can do to keep my mind focused. But that wasn't helping me. But another thing is, I found dance interesting, so I started practicing myself with dance moves, and I started teaching, and people were loving this thing. And that was just a small tip of the iceberg. Then it started hitting me. I was with one of the girls that was in my dance group, kissing and all this thing in the back of the yard. We were kissing, and so my brother and his friends came and caught us. Then I was so afraid, I didn't know what to do. He's like, yeah, do it, you want to see. Just take off her pants and just have sex with her in her behind. And I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was afraid. So he was blackmailing with this thing. I was stuck in that moment. I didn't know what to do. I was giving myself like, yeah, if he tell people I know, I could go to jail. This could be rape. All those emotional stuff went through my head. Then he started telling me, if you don't give me something, then I will go and tell the people what you've done. And I said, what am I going to do? So I asked him, what is it that you want? He said, no, I also want to do the thing that you did with that girl. And I said, I don't have a choice. I didn't want to get in trouble. So started to do stuff that I said, no, I feel uncomfortable. He wanted to pull down my pants and have sex with me. He wanted to have intimacy in my behind, like, my own brother. But the fear of him telling the other people is much riskier for me of just losing my dignity. So he tempted, but he didn't went through with this thing. Because I started saying, no, this thing is wrong, man. Why do you want to do this thing? You're my own brother, you're my own blood. But later on, when I was dating girls, this had a big effect on me. I started sleeping with girls, but every time I slept with them, I feel like I was raping them. Like the same thing, like that emotions that I had when my brother wanted to rape me. I wanted to do that to the girls. And that led me falling back, smoking. I started losing everything. My family started losing interest in me. I started stealing. That was the end of it. So I chased even the people that were staying at the house, like my cousins, nephews. I chased them out of the house. I was staying alone. The power got cut. So I was in the dark, and that was eating me more. So now I'm addicted to drug, and my friends is coming to me. Now they are smoking, and this addiction became a habit that every day there is something, but I didn't have anything to eat. I didn't work. I was unemployed. So then I started even selling it just to get just a little bit of money, just to have food, but they didn't help me. I went to ask for people, and they said, no, man, you smoke tuck. We don't want you. We don't want a tuck smoker here. Because seeing what you did, you chased your own family away, so we're going to chase you also away. So I had a little bit of mace meal, what you use for mazina on an oyster turkey for the white nut to get burned. That day I put it on the roof, I left and do my things, went and hustle. That day I didn't find anything to eat, not knowing I was going to come back. And that maize meal that was on the turkeys, on that All Stars, became my supper for the night. I cried. It was painful. I told people about this thing that happened to me. Even close relatives, friends, they laughed in my face. They're like, yeah, your own brother want to rape you. Like, this guy has been ass sexed. And I'm like, this was hurting me. Even my family, even my own father, when I told him this, he laughed in my face. And that hurt me even more, and that held me down. I was stuck in this thing. Then I got so aggressive, then I wanted to kill my own father. I smashed the house, I sprayed on the walls, I still have pictures of it. When it was, and how it looked now, the house. But that made me realize that I was going to be alone. I needed to find something because I had no one to turn to. Even praying wasn't helping. Then one day, there was a group of youngsters that was holding like an open light church there. They started preaching. So I told myself, no, I'm going there. After listening to them, what they are preaching is like, wow, through all this hurt and through all this pain, finally I found a smile. Then I told him, no, I want to give my heart to Jesus. Then I became a born-again Christian, but that was also not good enough. I just started relapsing again, because now it's like the scale has been lifted. The problems that I had in my past smoking drugs was less than the problems that I gained by not smoking drugs in a born-again life. So it's like, whenever I do something wrong, you're going back to drug. everything was just on tuck, tuck. I couldn't turn left, right. I was suffocating again, and I started smoking again. I said, no, I'd rather stay in this life. I will get everything in this life. People won't judge me. And the guys on the street, they will just accept me who I am. They won't judge me because they are living in the same condition that I am living in. So at that time, I started talking to myself. I said, no, man. You can't let pain and suffer be your only true friend. You should make something about it. You should take this caterpillar and evolve it into a butterfly. So I started writing music. But I started writing music, I was smoking tech, and then I started leaving the pen and paper. Now I was starting to just saying this thing out of my mind. I got so creative. Then I started writing music again, and then I started coming to people and telling this is how this is my life story. And they started listening and say, okay, we saw you made a change. We saw you fall. We're going to help you and pick you up. I met this friend called, he's actually a policeman. His name is Neil Hafke, and he actually helped me. He only told me like 2 words. He said, if you want to make it in this life, you either be phenomenal or be forgotten. And they like hit me. I was done with those 2 words. I said, I'm going for this word. And people were started seeing me, this boy want to change. I started making myself, I left school early, where I started making myself going out for this thing. Like, if I go look for a job, they will employ me, but the qualification I won't have it because I left school in grade 9. Then I went back, grade 11, it was still not good enough. Then I started go to ABET, then I started to throw my CV in. Finally, it hit a point that, yeah, it's a bullseye. I went to VEP, to the police station, and they said, no, you are the perfect candidate, but not perfect enough. We will call you. And I said, no, I won't let this break me down. I started motivating myself with this thing. Go forward. Don't look back. Just keep on smiling and focus on yourself. That thought turned into a powerful message, a call out. Then uncle, just a friendly neighborhood uncle, his name is Uncle Jonas, he just came to my house and told me, God has answered your prayers. We have a job for you at Ubuntu. The person that was working there, he left for another job, so you could come for session with us. You can sit in an interview, and then we will tell you afterwards if you got the job. I went to the interview. Just entering into the room of Ubuntu, the people was laughing. I could feel them. They only said words that my ears wanted to hear. That was music. Then after the interview, I left. It wasn't even 10 steps. Then they called me and said, congratulations, you got a job at Ubuntu. I said, God is good. He answered me, so I must turn around. I must move out of Turk and go tell these people what my life experience has been, but yet not saying that I was a Christian meth smoker, I was smoking Turk. I still tell them I'm a Turk smoker because I could fall any time and then people will just nail me. But I motivate them with that words. My dream is to become a motivational speaker through my music in my community for young children. Ek dedicate die vir Clumsy B Purple Sun. Almal dinge swaar met jou gaan. Jy kan weer opstaan, glo my, ek was deur dit, ek ken afvan. Maak net seker dat jy nie terug na jou verlede gaan. Uitde gebruik het om te veg waar jou hart verlang. Bly net gefokus en doen altyd die regte ding. Respek jou ouers al as hulle onder die grond in. Ek het gevoel dat ek moet die messies bring.